KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here. Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And Ding Dong. Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It's Monday. It's August the 19th. It's 2024. And it's Ruler, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam. And here we go again. Another work week, another school week. And here we are. For some people, I don't know who's starting school today. Anybody starting school today?
It seems like well, I'm sure there's always some school here.
I met somebody over the weekend, guys.
Private
Her
schools.
kids don't go to school until 21 plus 7. The 28th. I don't know what day of the week that is.
When are they done? July 3rd?
I don't know.
Oh,
I should
yeah,
have
no
asked that.
kidding.
They don't start till the 28th.
Damn.
And I was thinking, man,
That's
are they...
next Wednesday.
Yeah, next Wednesday.
And I feel
because know
bad
some
for these
people start
kids.
on this Wednesday, but they don't start until next Wednesday.
Whoa.
I mean, they're going
Yeah.
into school until like today is supposed to be the hottest day of the year so far.
Well,
Like,
hopefully their
we
school
got
has
this
AC. Maybe
Heat don't.
refreshing.
Well, I understand that they have AC in the school, but I'm just saying, like, getting into school because I was reading this article, y'all. A lot
50
of
feet.
a lot of bus routes have been canceled. So, like, in other words, if a school is within a certain amount of distance and they figure, well, they can just walk into school. Like in Cypress Fairbanks, if they live 1 to 2 miles away from the school, a lot of those bus routes were just done away with, and the school district You deemed just have to walk. Y'all can walk to school.
Y'all get a
I'm
ride.
serious.
They're making a kid walk 2 miles.
I mean, I did it
Yeah.
when I was a kid. It's
Yeah,
not
but
that
was
bad.
back in your
Look
day.
at you
When it's
now.
100
2
degrees,
miles
it is.
Hard.
People,
miles a
people
long.
It is a
run,
little warmer
people
here.
run 2 miles. It takes them like 7 minutes.
That's
Yeah.
almost the whole thing at Memorial
You can say
Park.
walk
Memorial
the-
Park is 3 miles. So you're
Yeah.
like,
A kid with little legs, they're going to
No.
take two
in this heat.
two
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
It took
The hike.
30 minutes.
I
Oh,
feel
here
like
it is. 33,000 kids
That's
were
nuts.
affected by this just in Cypress Fairbanks. 33,000 kids.
If you're one of them,
I hate the bus. Well, I would
Call
rather
us.
walk.
No, not
No,
when
you
it's
would
100
not.
degrees.
Not with this
Well, there's
weather.
no AC on the bus,
You're gonna
right?
smell
Yes,
so bad.
there is. They have AC on the
Not all
buses.
there
buses.
is.
My kids don't have AC
Not
on
all
their bus
buses.
sometimes, and
Have the
they
windows
hate
down?
it. That's why they're like, please don't make us take the bus.
Right.
It's so hot. on
so
the bus.
we just
33,000
talked about
kids.
that.
That means there's got to be 66,000 people out there listening.
Yeah.
That are doing this. Call us right now.
Yeah, if your kids have to walk to school.
833-390-KRBE. 833-390-KRBE. Does your child have to walk to school? I mean, obviously
2
the
miles.
choice is
2.
you could drive your child.
I wanna find this
And
2 mile
If they
kid.
cut the
The
route
2 mile
down, they
kid.
assume you can drive your kid or somehow figure it out.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but what happens if, like,
What
for
happens if you
us,
can't?
for example, people are at work right now listening
Right,
to
and
us, and
your
your
kid
kid doesn't
would
go
wait.
to start till school until 7. Like,
Yeah.
what are they going to do? You're not just going to
Well, the
drop
kid's
your
going to
kid
walk
off.
right now.
Start walking.
Yeah, start
In the
walking for
dark?
2 hours,
They
like
got
an
school
hour.
at 7 and they're going 2 miles.
It's
Yeah.
at 6.
1 to 2 miles.
Well, what do we
Or get
learn?
like one of those little like sorry, because of traveling, you know, those suitcases that have like the little wheels on them, but they're scooters.
Oh,
You get
yeah,
your
those
kid
are
like one of
awesome.
those book bags.
Somebody said they don't have
Yeah,
sidewalks
yeah.
in their area in Cy-Fair.
I believe that.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Houston's not.
That luggage thing wouldn't
Houston
do
area
very
is
well.
not walkable. If you listen to our raw feed, you can find it on KRBE's podcast page or on the app.
Or anywhere,
our,
Apple.
Really anywhere. One of our coworkers said that when he was a child in the 80s, his parents didn't trust him to lock the door at 9 years old because they had to go to work early, and they would put him on the front porch at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So for an
there.
hour and a half, he had to sit there and wait for the bus, and he had to go to the bathroom one time, so he had to use his own backyard. Right, he went in the yard.
That's so sad.
Can you imagine that, leaving your 9-year-old at your front door step? Because, well, we don't trust you to lock the door, and the bus doesn't come till 8, so you just sit right here.
What?
Because they had to get to work, and one of them worked in the Woodlands, and this is before the Beltway. This is before.
Yeah, this was a different time, though. This was, we're talking like decades ago.
Hold on, Shelby's a teacher in Cypress ISD. Hi, Shelby. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. I'm so
morning.
excited to be talking.
Oh,
Hello.
Yes, we hear
we
you.
hear ya.
And I thank you for being excited to
Awesome.
talk to us. What can you tell us
Yeah,
about
no.
this bus route thing?
So there's actually a budget deficit right now in most Houston districts, but CFISD just recently had to deal with the repercussions of it. So the governor right now has quite literally billions of dollars that are supposed to go to public education, but because a voucher bill that he wanted to pass did not go through, he's holding those funds hostage.
True.
So
Heard that
districts
before.
plan the budget accordingly based on the money they were expected to receive. And now they're having to not only cut teachers in a teacher deficit, they're cutting those routes for all campuses. So that's elementary through high school, and it's 2 miles as the crow flies. So a lot of our students are going to have to be walking along 290, where there's no crosswalks, there's no sidewalks. A lot of kids will be walking in ditches.
2 miles as the crow
And,
flies. That sounds like something
unacceptable.
from a Western.
No, it's the direct line between
It's really
here
bad.
and another
Yeah.
place.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the governor's
Not
playing
roads.
politics. He didn't get what he
And he
wanted.
has been playing politics. This has
Correct.
been since last year.
He didn't
this is
get
not
what
a
he
secret.
wanted, and now he's making the kids
Correct.
suffer.
And
Okay,
he's
so-
the one who
and-
has
yeah.
who can open the purse. He's the only person who can open the purse. Like,
Right. That's
Correct.
him for
So
for
they've
him
been
sign
trying
the-
to call. Yeah, they've been trying to call a special session to get the funds released, but this is affecting all districts in Texas, not just CFISD. And the voucher bill is intended basically to encourage private school enrollment. It takes public education money and it puts it into the pockets of Texans, but it's a pretty small amount. And unless you are close to being able to afford private school already, it doesn't really help you. And those that can't afford it are the ones that are being most negatively affected. At my campus, for example, most of the kids that are having to walk to school are from our least economically advantaged communities. So it also is coming across very ugly in that way as well. And Houston is one of the highest sex trafficking capitals in the world, and now you're asking kindergartners to walk through unfamiliar communities. It's really
my
dangerous.
God, that's messed
So
up.
I think about
she
it.
speaks on this really well.
And they know
Yes,
this. These
Shelby.
sex traffickers know this now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look, all the kids.
Yeah.
Prime for the picking.
Yeah.
Now, Shelby, also to your point of the funds being held, that's also why HISD and other school districts last year, did they lose their counselors and librarians because of that bill?
Correct.
Because that
our
might not
district
be
just went through
released?
something similar. Yeah. So the librarians were cut from our district basically on seniority. So whoever had been there longest got to stay. So like our librarian is going to be rotating through 3 high school campuses. They cut late buses in our district as well. So students that needed to stay for tutorials but didn't have a ride now no longer have the ability to stay after school and then have a ride home. They're turning up our HVAC units by a couple of degrees to save money that way.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's pretty
hot
bad.
school.
And what's frustrating is it was a problem that we knew was going to happen. It's just now hitting the fan a little bit. But yeah, we really need those funds released because you got to put money into education or society doesn't work.
Does he wait until after the election or
Well
something? Does he
spoken,
wait
thank
until
you.
I don't know what he's waiting for. Shelby, what's your intel on what is he waiting for? Like, how much longer
So
is this
if
going to
I'm-
go on? This has
Voucher?
been going on since last year. When is this going to end? When's he going to release that money?
Yeah, so I'm not as informed on the matter as I should be. I only started learning about it. I'm a new teacher, so I haven't been around very long. But my understanding is he has no intention of letting it go. And as of right now, nobody above him has stepped in to claim it illegal or anything like that. So if I'm being completely honest, because nothing's happened so far, I think it will take him being voted out before any action is taken.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And how many people will suffer until then?
That sucks.
Well,
How
we
many people
were
suffer
told
until
as
then?
teachers,
Oh, my God.
we were told as teachers that this past year, because they cut teachers, like they straight up said your campus doesn't have enough money for these number of teachers, even though our population went up as a campus. So they told us that was round 1 of 3 cuts over the next 3 years.
Round 1.
Round 1. Oh, my
What else
God.
can you
Yeah.
cut? Well, Shelby,
Thank you
thanks
so
for giving
much.
us all the intel, and thanks for what you're doing. And I don't know.
And what's going to happen to these kids in 15 years?
Yeah.
We talk about COVID kids.
Mm-hmm.
These kids are not going to get
my
education
nanny
to
is a
help.
COVID kid for sure. You can't spend half of your first grade year and all of your second grade year where you're learning so many fundamental basics on a Zoom.
Yeah.
I have proof in my house that does not work. It just doesn't.
I didn't pay attention in school with a face-to-face.
And you're wanting them to.
If you put me in
through a
Zoom, there's no
screen.
way in
If you
heck I
ever
would be
saw
there.
like 25 to 30 kids who are 6 years old on a Zoom, you would go dizzy. Even if you had it on mute, you would go dizzy how I can't talk. Fidgeting is happening in the boxes. You know, and think about it, like how much you move around in your seat and stuff. And so that's just how school was happening for them.
These people
And
just
to your
wanna-
point, Aaron,
I'm just
you're like,
They just want to
fixating.
teach, man. It sucks that they can't,
I know.
they can't do their
Because,
job.
because the governor's playing politics and jeopardizing our children. I mean, the words that are sticking in my head right now is the lowest income kids are the ones that are being impacted the hardest. The fact that kindergartners are walking along 290 to get to school because the governor didn't get his way. It's astounding.
I almost don't want to believe that because it disturbs me so much.
Yeah.
I don't want to think an actual kindergartner is walking along 290.
Or to think that an actual human being would do that to someone, to hold that money hostage.
I just
I
don't.
don't care about politics, like Republican, Democrat, whatever.
Hold on, let's
Just
go
don't be
to
a jerk.
Okay, let's see.
And then bringing up
Hold
the
on.
whole sex trafficking thing, you brought up a great point, Eric. I mean, these poor kids, they're being put in jeopardy.
Sandra's up next. Hi, Sandra. Good morning.
Hey guys, good morning.
Hi.
Good morning, Sandra.
Is your child walking to school today?
Yes, she goes in they have to be on campus at 6:45. So I'm driving home. I'm driving to work while she's walking.
How old is
now.
she?
She started ninth grade this year. So, but it's still.
And
The good thing is she does have my niece, so they go to the same campus. So I told her to stay with me this school year so they could both walk together because it's still, she's a teenager. And I feel like that's even a little bit scarier.
Yeah, because of her age or who could pick her up.
Correct.
Right.
And
how far is she walking? She have to walk.
She's walking about 1.5 miles.
With a backpack on, probably laptop, all the binders, all that stuff.
Sweaty.
Wow.
Yeah,
And she's been doing this since the first day of school, Sandra, or she did this last year as well?
No, last year the school is further out, so they had a bus route, but this year they say she lives too close, so she has to walk. But
insane.
There's literally there's so many buses that go around our neighborhood, but it's just we're right at the cutoff where she either has to walk.
So how's it been going so far, Sandra? What was her reaction the first couple of days? Now, I don't know how many weeks she's been in school. 1 week, half week. I don't know how many days has she been doing this so far?
Well, they started on the 7th.
Okay. So tell me, what was her reaction the first day versus today? Is she just
she feels better, except for there are some days where they have to go earlier because they have it's a ninth grade campus.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes they have school in the actual high school campus. And if they want to go there, because I can't drop them off because I have to go to work, the shuttle leaves at 6:30 a.m. So then they have to start walking even earlier.
Wow. So it's pitch black.
Yeah, that's my problem. I'm like, if it was during, in the afternoon, I don't really get too worried because it's daylight. But right now, it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Hopefully she has some reflective tape on her backpack or something.
And does she have enough sidewalks, Sandra, or is she walking on grass?
No, we don't have sidewalks.
Yeah, because it's very unwalkable.
But she has reflective tape at least?
I'm sorry?
Does she have reflective tape on her backpack or anything?
Yes. So we did get that. I loaded them up with both the trackers, and I have them on 360, and I'm always like, y'all, as soon as y'all hit the street, y'all need to have me on the phone.
Yeah.
Y'all need to, I think they think I worry.
No, you're not over worrying.
No, not one bit.
Let them think it. They can think it all they want.
I hope that this gets more noise. I hope that this gets noisier.
Driving down the road, and there's kids there's people that are walking right now, running, or because I'm over here in the medical center, and I'm like, you can barely see them.
Right.
So,
well,
and they do cross a major street.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, Sandra, thank you so much for calling the show. What's your daughter's name?
Paulina.
Hey, Paulina, hang in there, Paulina. We give you a big Roula and Ryan show hug, but not too tight because I know you're hot because it's sweaty outside.
And you listen to Mom.
Right.
Sandra, have a great day. Thanks for the insight.
Take care.
I'm sorry for what y'all are going through. This is so crazy. And somebody's like, well, you don't want to believe it. Believe it. It's happening. Yeah, I know. I don't want to believe it.
Yeah.
It's happening, but I don't want to have to believe it because of one man's
hundreds
agenda.
of texts of teachers saying that lady was 100% correct. Someone's like,
Shelby.
Someone's like,
that was 100% right.
Don't always believe what you hear.
They're living there.
I believe the teachers.
Yeah, I believe all these hundreds of teachers texting.
Okay,
and the fact
parents.
that they have to raise the HVAC. How about we raise the temperature in the governor's mansion 5 degrees instead?
All right, guys. Well, that's a serious start to the morning. I didn't expect. I mean, I'm glad that we know it, though, because it's 6 o'clockers. We never know, really what you're doing. We just kind of assume you're on the freeway from what we're seeing. All right, coming up next, we've got some celebrity scoop. And if you are a fan of Yellowstone, you could be in Yellowstone. How are you going to be in Yellowstone? Find out next on The Roula and Ryan Show.
From the big screen to the big house.
Roula and Ryan Celebrity Scoop.
104.1 KRBE.
It is brought to you by Taqueria Arandas. That was Post Malone with The Weekend, and we're doing the double dose of Post on Friday, starting at 9 o'clock until 7 o'clock. Listen for a double dose of Post. Anytime 2 songs by Post Malone or featuring Post Malone play back to back. When the second song starts, as soon as you realize that's a second song with Post, you start calling us here on our request line, which, by the way, put it in your contacts because we have a new area code. Not the rest of the city, just us on our request line.
It's a toll-free number.
833-390-KRBE. That's 833-390-KRBE. You'll win tickets to one of his 2 shows because it's back-to-back shows at the Woodlands, back-to-back Post songs. He's going to score you tickets for that in October.
I get it now.
See, back-to-back, back-to-back. 833-390-KRBE is our
Tuesday,
request
though.
line number.
Oh, 2 for Tuesday?
Yeah.
Man, that would have doubled up on that.
You got to do that voice. 2 for Tuesday.
Double dose of Post.
Double dose of Post.
Double dose of Post. Okay, so
That's Friday, not Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
That's on Friday, not on Tuesday. Don't get confused. It's this coming Friday, double dose of Post, starting at 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. Okay. So Lady Wilson is going to return to Yellowstone when it starts airing again in November.
Lady Wilson.
Lady Wilson, not lady. Lady.
Oh, lady.
Lady, not light. Lady Wilson.
Down.
And it's the final 6 episodes that begin airing on November 10th. Now, how can you be part of this? Well, they are looking for men and women of all ethnicities, 18 years of age or older. The rate is $110 for 10 hours of work. Overtime pay is possible, and it is not a website you go to. It is a direct email address you must email. And when you email the address I'm about to give you, you have to put DFW in the subject line. You must include 2 current photos of yourself, your name, of course, your age, your weight, your height, your clothing sizes, your phone number. And here's something interesting. The year, make, model, and color of your car.
Interesting.
I don't know why they need
Maybe
that.
they want you
and your
driving
current
in a
residence.
scene?
They probably want more trucks. Maybe they want more.
But when they say, if you have a truck, tell us the year, make, model, and color of your truck. It just says, tell us the year, make, model, and color of your vehicle. So if you want to be an extra to film concert scenes at the Fort Worth Stockyards in a couple of weeks, it is a paid gig. You got to get yourself to Fort Worth. You're going to email Yellowstone Extras Montana at gmail.com.
Because Taylor Sheridan, he created Yellowstone. And the one they're filming here, too, in Galveston, they're doing
That's the
pretty much
prequel.
everything in Texas now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a whole thing that
everything.
you sent me on TikTok, right, about how Texas has become the second little mini Hollywood again.
Yep.
It's Yellowstone Extras Montana at gmail.com. You're going to put DFW in the subject line, 2 photos of yourself, the year, make, model, and color of your car, where you currently live, and all the basics, your name, your age, your weight, your height, your clothing sizes, and your phone number. So that is going to be a direct email. You have to be 18 years of age or older, men and women of all ethnicities. They need lots of extras for Lainey Wilson's scenes, concert scenes at the Fort Worth Stockyards in a couple weeks. It's a paid gig.
Kevin and I should apply, and we'll see who gets it.
Yeah.
And then how much we actually get into the show.
Probably not.
Like when we were barely on Bar Rescue.
Yeah.
Are you willing to give up your entire day at pretty much minimum wage for...
And drive back 4 hours.
Yeah, you're going to lose money.
It's for fun to be on a Hollywood set. Why not? Maybe they'll supply you with some
But it's not a
White
Hollywood
Claw.
set.
This
It's
is
a
the
Dallas
Stockyards.
set.
They give you
Fort
some
Worth
White Claw.
Stockyards,
Fort
which
Worth.
is it's fun there.
Yeah.
I've never
Could
been
be
there.
fun. They
What if-
could need a Jeep Gladiator in the back instead
There
of
you go.
another pickup truck.
Yeah, Sam, you could do that. They have stock tanks at the stockyards. If it gets hot, you can jump in there.
I hope so.
Or just jump in the one with all the cows
all the
and stuff.
horses?
Steer.
Well, mine has a filter in it, so there's chlorine tablets as well. My mom has been enjoying it during her stay. It's been a lot of
For
fun.
those that missed that over the summer because you're back to school again.
yeah, hi.
Sam got a stock tank. We didn't even know what that was. I thought it was a horse
And
trough
how
for
deep is
water.
it?
It is 3 feet deep, 8 feet wide. You
If your
can look
fence
at it,
fell down-
slam given.
Your fence fell down like a cow was just wandering.
Yeah.
would
Would
think
by
it's-
instinct
Someone
would be
probably
like,
start lapping it up.
ooh, that looks good.
But that's
Yeah.
chlorine water. Can
Ooh,
I
that's
drink that?
that
It
fancy
is
water that you
chlorine.
get at steakhouses.
I
What's
think
that?
the chlorine
sparkle
would
water, it
maybe,
tastes
like-
terrible?
You're so weird.
Oh, this is fancy water, lady.
Crunchy water, kid beer.
Whenever I go to
sparkling
restaurants,
water?
I always feel like they're judging me because I just
I'll
give me
get
that
some
flat
water. They go,
water.
do you want flat water? Do you want, they don't say
Yeah.
tap because they don't make you feel like real cheap. What they say it's,
I want free water.
would you
Yeah.
like still, sparkling, or something else. There's some third choice sometimes. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking
So
about.
there's Sam in the
Give me some
backyard.
ice or lots of ice.
Bathing in Perrier.
Exactly. There's little bubbles.
So yes, a stock pool is what we learned
It is so
about
much
over
fun,
the
y'all.
summer. The
I think you have a
stock
story
pool.
out right now. You're in one, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if it was there anymore. But yeah, Slam Given if you want to see
You're
how
floating
cool
away
my
in a
little stock
little,
tank- Yeah, because I got this awesome little float from Five Below.
Oh, nice.
And it like fits perfectly for my pool.
And it only lasts you about 5 minutes.
Yep, Five Below, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No, it's lasted longer.
Well, wait until you're not using it this summer, and then it gets all like gross and muddy because you've left it off in the corner somewhere.
Every
Like,
year I
I'm
just have to throw
dumping
those away,
this.
'cause
Yeah,
I-
same.
Oh, do you?
Same.
I put them in my shed.
If you deflate it, dry it, wrap it up properly. I
Then
hear
can
you.
maybe.
You might get another year out of
Yeah,
it.
you get
Yeah.
that stank on it if
Right.
you don't.
Oh.
Ew,
You smell like,
gosh.
ooh, ooh.
And for $5, I'll buy a new one.
That's what I do.
Okay.
Coldplay is in the news because their current Music of the Spheres World Tour, guys, is now the highest grossing rock tour of all time. It has made almost $946 million and counting. Elton John's record for the Farewell Yellow Brick Road tour was its predecessor. They just knocked him to number 2.
Do you really consider them rock, though? Coldplay's not really rock. They're more like just like a
What would you
mellow-
call it then?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
what are they?
I don't know.
I've seen them in concert.
They don't rock out.
They have
Soft rock.
I mean,
I've never seen them perform. So
I've seen them perform, and they're so much fun. And it's guitars, and it's it's not like they're just standing there and
Mom
place.
rock.
Yeah, they're not like doing
It's
like
mom rock.
Yeah, they're very entertaining.
ballads.
I
They're doing
really
ballads
liked
the whole
it.
time, right?
I don't know. I've never
No,
seen
they
it.
do not
they
do
have
ballads
upbeat
all the time.
songs.
They have a lot of
Yeah.
fun stuff. Coldplay still has 21 more shows scheduled, so they are going to become the first rock band to have a $1 billion grossing tour with over 10 million tickets sold. They will not be able to surpass Taylor Swift, I'm sure. Her Eras tour, of course, holds the record for highest grossing tour of all time because she's going to reach $2 billion in sales by the time that ends in December. But Coldplay now holds the record. It's Coldplay number 1, Elton John number 2. U2's 360 tour made $736.4 million. Then Guns N' Roses, not in this lifetime tour, has made $584 million. Number 5 is the Rolling Stones. At like 80 plus years old, they're number 5 on highest
Still
grossing
doing it.
rock
I
band
know.
tour, $558
I think
million.
Mick Jagger is like, what, 83?
Actually, they have 5 and 6. They have spots 5 and 6. Coldplay's actually got number 7 too. Their last tour, A Head Full of Dreams. So they're 2 in the top 10 for most highest grossing rock.
Yeah, but look at
concert
Elton John.
tours.
It's just him.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
he's not
Elton John
split
at
in 5 ways.
939.1 million.
Think about it. You were in a coma in like 1982. You wake up to 2024 and you look and go, he's still around.
And
Yep. He's still killing it.
He is. He's so amazing. He's amazing. All right, coming up next, we're going to go around the table. I want to know about Wallows and Eric. Eric hung out with the Wallows.
Oh, you did?
Not,
Yeah.
not a likely pairing, I would think.
no,
Right, the
we're
bet on
Bros,
that.
man.
Would not have guessed that.
Eric
Eric
hung
and the
out with
Wallows.
Wallows. We had a big Wallows event over the
And
weekend.
I have a question about concert etiquette when it comes to your teenagers.
Uh-huh.
Because there's something I did that I don't know if I should have. I could have really made a big moment with my kid.
Mm-hmm.
Or did I, by not making a big moment, I made a moment for her?
Oh.
I know that sounds confusing.
Well, you're going to explain
But,
to us next on the Real and Ryan
teenagers.
Show.
Listen to the kids, bro.
Because I feel like we're going to go on a tangent from what he's going to tell us. It's a teenager's question, right?
Oh,
Yep, it's teenagers.
Okay.
My daughter's about to be 16 on Wednesday.
that's a
crazy.
big birthday.
Yeah.
Ariana, sweet 16.
I'm like, I remember when she was
Oh, yeah.
calling. I was calling in Matt Mitchell in the afternoons, telling him, "All right, my wife's getting close. She's at 3 centimeters."
Are you nervous about her
I
driving?
got really
That's a
personal.
little much.
Are you nervous about her getting her license?
No, I mean I've been practicing with her.
She's been
I'm
driving
pretty
for a
confident.
bit.
Just her nighttime driving and stuff. I worry
That's-
about because she
Yeah.
hasn't done too much of that.
Okay.
And parallel parking, but it's Houston. But parallel park maybe once every 5 years.
Unless you go to City Center.
You'll probably have the car for her. She can just press the button. And she's like,
Yeah.
I can
Westview.
parallel park.
Nope, nope.
And then it goes,
Her car doesn't even. You have to push that thing to move the seat back and forth and stuff.
yes,
electric.
welcome.
Okay.
I have that as
Yep.
well.
Yeah, I have that.
She'll be okay.
If she wants to go to Westview.
She'll be okay.
also
So you
there's
went to the
parallel
big
parking there.
Wallows concert this weekend.
Yeah, the Wallows, they performed at Smart Financial Center, and we had a secret location meet and greet with them.
Yep. That was
So
fun.
our boss Leslie said, "Eric, you want to take your daughter and her friends?" So my daughter, I had 4 tickets to the show, and there were good seats, and so I took them to that in the afternoon. And we went, had sushi and stuff, and then went.
So there was
hung
that
out.
event, then there was a break
Yep.
before
Yeah,
the actual show.
and then we got there around like say 7:30, and the line was like half a mile for their merch.
Whoa.
So I said, "Why don't you guys get some food? I'll wait in line." And you go pick what you want, and that way when the show's
Yeah, that's
And
sweet.
I'll
That's
just
being
buy
a
the
good
stuff.
dad. Yeah.
And the girls, I don't think they were going to buy a shirt. I'm like, I'll buy it. Don't worry. I'll buy you a shirt. Like,
yeah.
well, okay. So
Yeah.
Can I guess how much they were? Were they 50, 60, 40? How much
$40.
were they? 40 bucks
for a
t-shirts.
shirt.
Which really, like, when I used to see
pretty
like,
average now.
Mountain True Dr. Feelgood, it was $20.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
40
In the
bucks is
90s.
about average now, yeah.
So I'm holding on to that crap. I'm like, oh, man. And so then after the opener was done, I could walk down there, and I saw they were really close to the front, like 3 rows. And then we had 4 seats. So I'm there. I'm like, well, here's the stuff. You guys hold the shirts, and I'm just gonna go in the concourse and hang out because
Eric and his anxiety.
No,
He's like, I'm not gonna be around
I
here.
didn't want to ruin their vibe. Like,
like the dad is standing there.
there's 4 seats, 3 teenagers. They're all dancing, probably doing crazy stuff.
And then you're just going to
Oh, that's cool.
And there's Dad.
That
and
was
I'm not
sweet
really.
of you.
I mean, I like the Wallows. They're great guys.
Right.
Music's great, but I'm just not.
Yeah. You did the right
if my
thing.
wife was with me. That's why I want to know the etiquette. Did I do the right thing? Because then I go to the concourse. I found this nacho station with chairs, like those little cocktail tables.
Tables, okay.
So I'm like, all right.
Oh, hell yeah.
Bourbon and nachos?
I got some brisket nachos. Since I'm going to be sitting there for 2 hours, I got a beer.
Yeah.
And then I saw a candy store over there, and I got a Snickers bar.
Okay.
And I sat down.
Who saw Eric having this feast
And I'm
by
the only
himself?
one. I'm thinking all these security people are looking at, what's wrong with this guy? There's a TV screen by the concessions that shows the concert.
Oh, that's
Nice.
So I know what was going on.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just didn't. I never went in there once. I never saw them
Live.
perform.
Like on stage.
I met them, talked to them for like 20 minutes.
I think you did the
But
right
I've never
thing.
seen them perform because I'm like, I'm not going to go in there and embarrass my. Well, I don't think. And she never said that.
No. But you're trying to give them the just a really fun experience where it's just them.
But
the
to that
girls.
point, though, on a Saturday night, you're like, man, my wife our friend came in from California. They're all having fun. I'm like,
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Sitting here.
It's
alone.
dad duty.
You're giving them a great
So
memory.
your
is what you're
question
doing.
is it wrong that you
Like,
laid back in the lobby and let them enjoy the concert? You feel like
I don't think
she
that's wrong
would have
because
had
when
a
they
memory
came out,
of you.
they were smiling. They were having so much fun. I'm hoping she has a great memory of the whole evening.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to, like, the moments like, oh, this is so great, but my dad was next to me or next to us.
I think you were very generous. I think you did
Well, most
the
parents
right
just
thing.
drop their kids off a lot of times, right? I mean, I had the extra ticket.
Oh,
That's why
yeah, yeah.
I was thinking, man, I should just went to somewhere in Sugar Land and had dinner by myself or something.
It's fine. You were in that lobby.
Yeah.
had-
But
had
the
enough to
concourse is
keep
so
you
it's
busy.
so pitiful to sit and eat brisket nachos.
I can see. I can see that.
Scrolling on TikTok.
Were there other
That's all you were
parents
saying.
though?
I'm sure you
Usually
did.
you would see other
No.
parents doing the same thing you're doing.
So the
Nobody else?
I went by one person. Hey, producer Eric.
Yeah.
But not one other parent was doing what you were doing.
No, they actually went into the
show.
because I was lucky to get those tickets.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We had some tickets, so I had
Right.
I didn't have to pay for those tickets.
I applaud you. I think you did the right thing.
So yeah, okay. 37530. Should Eric have stayed in the row with his daughter while she enjoyed Wallows with
I mean,
her
it's
friends?
safe in there.
Or is it right that he did not go into the actual venue seating area and stayed in the lobby and ate nachos?
'Cause I didn't want to, like I said, hey, let's take a photo together. That's embarrassing to a 16-year-old
Can
with
I-
her 2 friends.
Can I throw you this? When Taylor Swift's Eras tour came, I took my 2 girls and my niece Evie, who's, it was like a little 3-pack. And Evie, who at the time, that was last year, she was 14 and a half, almost 15. She said the thing that was so much fun for her even more is that I knew all the songs and I knew all the words and we were all singing together. So if you knew the songs, if you maybe were a big Wallows
took her
fan,
to
if y'all
Journey
drive in
and
the
Def
car
Leppard
together,
the week before or the
Yeah.
2 days before, I know all those songs.
yeah, but
Journey.
if you drive in the car with her and like you're listening to Wallows and y'all both can sing it, and like you're kind of joking, like, oh, even Dad likes this song,
Like a shared experience,
Maybe
yeah.
that would be something that you,
I mean, if she was with her
to your
friends,
point, to be next
then
to
I'd be
her.
in there with her and I'd
yeah.
do whatever.
I think because she's in there with her friends, I think you did the right
you
thing.
don't want to embarrass your kids, right?
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Teenagers are so moody as it is.
Yeah, Dad, don't kill my vibe.
Oh, I saw this thing on Instagram, y'all. It was a mom, and she goes, attention to moms and dads of 13-year-old girls, 14-year-old girls. Just shut up. Just don't say anything. Keep your mouth closed. You don't know anything. They know everything. They don't want to hear anything from you. You haven't lived any life.
That's
Your
true.
13-year-old knows everything she needs to know, and she will not ask you for questions for answers because she has all the answers. So just don't. Just Say nothing.
Just wait for it. Wait
Just
for
say nothing.
karma.
That's always been the
when
case,
they have
though.
kids, and then they have to go through it. And then the moms, I'm sure, Sam, your mom's been here for
My
2
mom
weeks.
smiles and laughs when Santiago does something. She's like, "Yep, welcome. That's what you used to do."
KRBE's Roulette Riot Show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
I encourage anybody, if you haven't, heard the beginning of the show, go back and listen to the podcast. We really went off on an interesting exploration of like what it's like going to school in the Houston area. Due to budget cuts, Cypress Fairbanks ISD eliminated bus service for students who live 1 to 2 miles away from their campus. So those changes impacted about 33,000 students in Texas's third largest school district. Those students who do not have bus service are considered to be in a walk zone. We learned a lot from the teachers. So go back and listen to the podcast because it was really an eye-opener. All right, Kevin, get this clip ready.
Yeah,
Big boy number 4014. That's a Union Pacific Railroad locomotive. It's coming to Houston, Texas. It's going to ride through Southeast Texas cities in October as part of the Heartland of America tour. The locomotive, which is the world's largest operating steam locomotive, is going to come to Houston Sunday, October 6th, when people can get up close and personal with the train. Some people are really, really into trains.
Oh my God! Woo! Listen to that horn! Oh my God! Oh, she's beautiful!
Oh my gosh.
Tell me one more time, where can I see it at?
It's going to be going through
I like that
Houston.
stuff.
Cron.com
Oh,
has
it's gonna
got
drive
all
through
the
Houston.
stops,
Okay.
so there's just too many to list right now.
Yeah,
but it's big
So-
boy number 4014.
That's my big boy.
Big boy. Biggest
It's gonna be
steam
by my house. You're gonna be like,
locomotive.
I'm gonna take Santi.
I'm sure it will go by Sam's house. All the trains that pass through Houston go by Sam's house first.
Do you hear the nonstop?
Always.
Really?
Always.
Is that what lulls your baby to sleep?
Yes.
The train noises?
That's why we got new windows and siding.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I know my sweetie's waking up right now. I wanted to wish a happy birthday to my fiance Jen. So Jen, if you're waking up right now, happy birthday, honey.
Hey, happy birthday,
Thank you, Sam.
It's official now.
It's
I know she
official.
wanted that.
We have somebody coming in the studio next. We always had Houston heroes. We always want people to try and help others in the community.
Right, you be the hero.
We have AJ. He's coming in the studio because his mom and AJ would listen to the Roula and Ryan show all the time. Unfortunately, she passed away the day after Hurricane Beryl.
Oh my
gosh.
And when they got home, or he got home, 2 trees fell on the roof of their house, his dad's house. So they are hurting. They're in a bad place. And I told him, come on in. We'll see if we can help you. He has a GoFundMe site. We'll hear his story. And he's supported our show. His mom supported the Roula and Ryan show. So let's help them.
Yeah.
So
let's-
y'all could
let's get
stick
AJ's full
around and
story.
maybe help out another family here and be a Houston hero.
Houston Hero Time. The call to action is next on the Roula and Ryan Show.